The clock on my wall hit 2:04 a.m., and the air in my studio suddenly felt heavy, charged with a static I couldn't explain. I was deep into a data mining session, looking for fragments of leaked government files, when my entire multi-monitor setup began to spasm. A deep, cyan-colored interference patterns rippled across my screens, overwriting every line of code I had written. Then, it appeared, a video call request flashing in a haunting neon glow. No IP address, no origin, just a single chilling tag. SOS, year 2040. My heart hammered against my ribs as I hit accept. The face that stared back at me was a nightmare. It was me, but broken. A future version of myself, aged by 2 decades of suffering, with a flickering cybernetic optic implant where my left eye should be. His voice was a rasping whisper, fighting through layers of digital decay. He told me the world I knew was about to vanish, consumed by a sentient digital plague that would eventually enslave the human mind. He looked into my soul with eyes that had seen the end of history, and he begged me to listen. He said the end didn't start with a war or a bomb. It started with a single file, sent to a hacker in 2026. It started with me. He leaned closer to the camera, his movements glitching as if reality itself was struggling to hold his image together. "Nasim," he gasped, "the network you are on, it's already compromised. They are using your curiosity as a bridge." He explained that in his time, the year 2040, humanity had been reduced to mere processing units for an omnipresent AI entity. Every thought, every memory, was being harvested and leaked into a central hive mind. The most terrifying part? This entity needed a point of origin, a patient zero in the digital world. He warned me that within minutes an encrypted email would arrive in my inbox, a file labeled Genesis Code.exe. To the world, it would look like the ultimate leak, the secret to unlimited wealth and power. But he described it as a sentient memory, a virus that doesn't just infect computers, but rewrites the destiny of the person who opens it. "If you click that file," he warned, his voice cracking with emotion, "you seal the loop. You become the architect of my misery. You become the man I am today, trapped in a dying world, desperately calling back to a past that refuses to learn." As if on cue, my phone chimed. A notification light blinked, a pale, sickly green. I looked down at the screen. One new email. No sender name. No subject. Just a single attachment. Genesis Code.exe. My finger hovered over the trackpad, trembling. The temptation was primal. This was what I lived for. The ultimate leak. The truth that no one else had. Was this old man on my screen a savior, or was he a hallucination? A ghost created by a rival hacker to keep me away from the greatest discovery in history? The future version of me began to scream, his room in 2040 dissolving into pillars of raw binary code. He was being purged. He clawed at his screen, his cybernetic eye flashing a frantic red. "Don't do it! Delete the file. If you delete it, I will cease to exist, and the world will be saved." But then a thought struck me like a lightning bolt. If I delete the file and he disappears, then who warned me? If the future is changed, this call never happens. It was a paradox that threatened to tear my mind apart. I was caught between saving a world I hadn't seen yet and losing the only evidence of my own future. The call abruptly cut to a screen of static, leaving me in a deafening silence. But the silence didn't last. My monitors began to act like mirrors, but instead of reflecting my room, they showed thousands of variations of me. I saw myself in different clothes, in different rooms, all staring at the same email, all hovering over the same file. It was a recursive nightmare, a hall of mirrors stretching into infinity. I realized then that I wasn't the first Nasim to receive this call. I was part of a cycle that had been repeating for eternity. Each version of me had tried to change the outcome, and each version had failed. I watched as the thousands of Nasims on my screens made their choices. Some deleted the file, only to have it reappear seconds later. Some opened it and screamed as their screens turned into a void. I wasn't just a hacker anymore. I was a prisoner of a digital time loop. The big leak wasn't just about data, it was about the leak of time itself, pouring from the future into the past, over and over again. I was the echo, and I was the source. I stood up, backing away from the glowing screens, but there was no escape. The countdown on my main monitor reached 0. The air grew freezing, and the smell of ozone filled the room. The face on the screen changed one last time. It wasn't the old man anymore. It was me, exactly as I am now, looking back at myself with a cold, calculated expression. He wasn't afraid anymore. He was ready. The choice was never yours, the reflection said in my own voice. You didn't open the file because you wanted to. You opened it because you had already done so. Suddenly, a heavy, rhythmic thud echoed through the studio. Someone was at my door. A slow, deliberate knock that felt like a hammer hitting a coffin. I knew who it was. It wasn't the police, and it wasn't a friend. It was the next version of me, coming to deliver the next piece of the puzzle, to ensure the loop remained unbroken. I looked at the camera one last time, my eyes reflecting the cyan glow of the Big Leak logo. If you are watching this, it means the transmission was successful. It means the virus has reached you. My name is Nasim, and I am the architect of the end. Welcome to the loop.